Hi everyone. Okay, we are going to be working on shapes and making them go from two-dimensional to three-dimensional. It's not actually going to be three-dimensional. It's not going to be coming off the page, but it's going to look like it is. So it's going to look like it's 3D. We're also talking about one-point perspective. So when you start at one point and things look like they're either going to the point or away from the point, we're also going to talk about shading and blending. So you need a piece of paper, this is my sketch paper, ruler or something with a straight edge, pencil, eraser, and colored pencils or crayons are both fine. So let's say this is our point of perspective, this little dot, okay? Now, if you draw a shape, any shape, for example, a circle, you can make it look like the circle is shooting out from that point of perspective. All you have to do is attach the circle to the little dot with two lines. So, do you see how now it looks like it's shooting out? Since the circle is horizontally away from the line, you're going to do a line, your connector lines are going to be at the top and the bottom. Does that make sense? Now, if the circle was up here, where it's vertically away from the dot, now your two lines have to be on the sides. So it's the opposite. So if you have a shape that's horizontally from the dot, then your two dots are going to be on the top and on the bottom. If your shape is vertically, like this one, from the dot, then your two dots are going to be to the left and the right. So let me show you an example of that. Left and right. And the same applies with the other sides. So if we do a circle down here, where it's vertical, then the two connector points are to the left and to the right. Made those a little bit too big, but you get the idea. And now if the circle is horizontal, it's like this, and you'll do a top connector and a bottom connector. Does that make sense? And doesn't it look like those are all kind of shooting off the page? So we're gonna get you a fresh piece of paper. And you're gonna pick a point of perspective. So mine's gonna be right smack in the middle. And then I'm gonna do mine right in my colored pencils, but you can definitely sketch it out first with a pencil and an eraser, and then go over it with your colored pencil or your crayons. And I'm gonna start with what we just did, a circle. So I'm gonna do a circle up here. And then you wanna color your circle in dark. You wanna make it look nice and dark so that it looks like it's really coming off the page. And then because this is vertical, your lines are going to be horizontal, left and right. One line and the other line. Now, for the shading part, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make it darkest at the point. So you're gonna make it really dark, and then you're gonna slowly get lighter, 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 lighter towards your circle. So really dark, a little lighter, a little lighter, a little lighter, and then so light it almost looks white. And do you see how with that color, it really makes it look like it's shooting off from that little point? So let's try again, but this time, let's do a square. And I'm gonna color color my square in dark. Nice and dark. And since it's horizontal, then the rule tells us that the lines are vertical, so they're top and bottom. So there's one, and there's the second one. And then we're going to shade that in the same way, where it's darkest in the middle and gets lighter as you go out. Let's do another one. Let's do an oval. Okay, I'm going to do one down here. An oval. I'm going to color it in dark. And since it's vertically away from the dot, then your lines are horizontally, so left and right. And shade it in. And let's do one more, maybe a triangle. It's horizontally, so the lines go vertical on your shape, top and bottom. Are you guys getting it? You're getting the pattern? And shade it in. Now, if you want to get tricky and add some in here, I'll show you how. Since these are kind of diagonal to your dot, it's going to be a little bit different. So, let's say you want to do a rectangle. Now, this rectangle is both vertical and horizontal from the dot. It's diagonal, so both rules apply. So you're gonna do a line top and bottom as well as side to side. So you're gonna do this corner, that's the top, this corner, that's the bottom, and then you can also do that corner side to side. You're not going to do this corner because then your line would go through it and it would look like the shape was far away instead of in front. Let's do one more. Let's do a heart. Now, because the heart isn't really horizontal or vertical to that line, it's kind of both, it's diagonal, you got to figure it out too. So you got to do the top of the heart. I would say right there, yep. The bottom of the heart. And I would probably do there too, because I think that would look really good. And we'll color it in. So for the diagonal ones, they're tricky. You gotta just figure it out. But then you wanna make sure you shade it really well so that it's nice and light on the top and darker as you get to the middle. And you can make these at any point on your paper. They don't have to all be even. See how I made some closer and some farther away? You can do it however you like, any colors. You could also totally use crayon. Let me show you one with crayons. So let's say we wanted to do a, I don't know, let's do another circle, okay? See, you can absolutely do them in crayons. You just won't get as precise a line as a colored pencil because the colored pencil is skinnier. So there you go. Drawing shapes, making them look from 2D to 3D, even though they're not really 3D. 1 point perspective, blending and shading. I can't wait to see what you guys create.